My name's Kit and I suffer from borderline personality disorder, also known as EUPD, emotionally unstable personality disorder. So, it's not fun. Originally, I started out as a victim. I had a really tough childhood. I have autism and the school didn't know. My mum pushed for a diagnosis, it didn't go through. And I was blamed for a lot of my traits, all of my traits. I was bullied quite severely, and it just wasn't a good time. Now, if you don't know, treating an autistic child like a regular child and calling them naughty all the time when they're doing things outside the norm and just not giving them the help they need is kind of abuse. So I ended up quite ill. I was a depressed child. I was very depressed to the point where I told one of my teachers how I was feeling, and she ended up screaming at all the other children, and she got me to wait in the library, and then this lovely girl came running into the library and gave me a hug because she did not know how bad it was and how bad I was feeling. Yeah. Previously she had bullied me or contributed to the bullying, and she probably felt so bad. I was suicidal. I told my teacher I don't see anything worth living, any reason for living, I'm miserable, I've got no friends, everyone treats me like shit, no one listens to me, it's as if I don't even exist. Because I'd speak to people and because of my autism they couldn't relate to me and they'd just kind of brush me off. I had no one to play with. They made the friendship circle, which is where people have to interact with you for 20 minutes or playtime, whatever. And I just say, no, please go, because I didn't want it if they didn't want it, you know what I mean? I'd rather be alone reading a book. So yeah, sadly this is a common autistic experience. I also have ADHD. It's not been diagnosed, but it's pretty freaking obvious and it always has been. And yeah, at 21 I had just exited a very abusive relationship which did not help, and my symptoms were quite rife, and they finally diagnosed me with borderline personality disorder. Previously I'd been in a psych ward when I was 15 because again my symptoms were I was being blamed for them. I only got diagnosed at 15 and I developed bipolar, or rather I haven't had any symptoms since I got put on this new medication, so I probably still have it, but it's very well controlled. And basically I've just had a shit time, okay? So only now at 27 am I starting to unpack all this. I've been in a 6-month very abusive relationship since, and now I'm finally in a good one. I'm a hopeless romantic, what can I say? I've reached out again and I've fallen in love, and it's just it's really hard because now I'm having to unpack all my toxic traits, all the things I've learned from my abusive partners in the past, and also my trauma responses and how I behave. I behave immaturely, I behave toxically, I'm manipulative sometimes because I'm pushing him away. I'm being why are you with me? I'm actively trying to get him to leave sometimes, not really, but for his own good, because I am just so unstable at times and I feel so guilty and not good enough, and that's no good. That's kind of I want you but I think you should leave. It's confusing him. So yeah, I'm reaching out for private therapy because if you don't already know, in the UK it's freaking impossible. If you're not suicidal, if you're not going to hurt yourself actively at the time, I ring up the initial response service, I ring up the crisis team, I ring up Birchwood, which is near me, and I think they're a charity or trust or something, and ask for therapy, and they're a depression and anxiety service, and I'm just getting turned down left, right and centre for any sort of help and therapy. So I'm having to go privately, which my personal independent payments that I've been getting since I was young, since I was 16 or something and finally had my diagnosis, that is what they're for, which is really shit because disabled people don't get a lot of allowance in total. So I'm on UC and PIP and it's not a lot, I'll be honest with you. Even though I get a relatively high rate, it's still not great. But my PIP, I tend to spend my PIP on going out and stuff because that helps my mental health. It's not I do anything extravagant, but it does help. I have to go with people usually. I can't really be alone often. I can make short journeys, but yeah, But yeah, like, my illness is pretty freaking gnarly, and the paper's there so that you can get like mobility aids, therapy, light treatment in the winter. This is the sort of stuff I'm looking into because I get really seasonally depressed, and it's not acceptable. Like, finally I'm in a good place, well, not a good place, but like a place where I'm starting to unpack things, understand what I need, and just sort it out. Like, it's just really hard. So yeah, this is my experience living with borderline, and it is really freaking gnarly. Like, you become the toxic one, you become the person who hurts other people because you're just in chaos and misery and you don't know what you're doing. And I'm getting to the point where I'm quite lucid now, and I know what I'm doing and I'm aware of it, and I'm having to unpick it. And everyone online, or not everyone, but I get so many hate comments like, oh, you're so toxic, oh, you're asking for attention. And what else do they say? They say it's not an excuse. I'm like, no, it's not an excuse. It's a fucking reason. And it's also, yeah, like, I'm still working on it. A lot of my videos are about actively working on my issues, and I admit my toxic traits. A lot of people would never post the shit that I do, like admitting fault. But to admit fault and what you do wrong and what is bad about you is the first step to learning and doing better. And I think these people are like internalizing things too much. They're taking my growth and my desire to be better, and they're looking at that and they're like, oh, you've admitted you're bad at this, you've admitted you're toxic. And I'm just like, no. I mean, yeah, but like, I've admitted that I'm making progress, and the videos are just trying to explain the disorder and advocate for it. Me being an advocate and speaking out about my illness and admitting all my faults and trying to do better triggers people. Wonderful. It's like, yeah, I don't mean to have attitude about this, but I think it's just kind of like, it sucks. Like, I've had a real tough time and then people make fun of me for it. So yeah, I will never stop advocating for my illness and other people like me. So if you have borderline personality or any of the issues I've talked about, like you have a mental illness, you want to do better, you want to follow me on this journey, then please subscribe down below and stick around. If you want to comment below, like advice, questions, anything, you can, comment that you fancy to tell me, then please do. Now have a lovely day. Goodbye.